Hang on. It should be live now. I think it. Melanie and Tamara see the beach, which means it tells me they were waiting. I hit live button. This is Professor Puente. How you doing? This is my first course. Who can see me here? Just say hi. I think I see Jake, Melanie, and Tamara. 9 viewers. Perfect. So everybody else came on very quickly. Good to see everybody here. Let's see what Melanie says. We may be a little delayed. Perfect. So you can view it now. I was just kind of waiting for see who had seen the beach. Perfect. And I can go ahead and begin. How you guys doing? This is Professor Puente. I'm finally in front of you live. Good to see a big part of you guys. I can see that I want to say 12 of you will not have to be doing discussions today. All you have to do is go in D12 and say you participated. I participated in the discussion, Professor Puente. That's all you have to put. Is maybe a sentence long, maybe two, instead of 500 words. Okay. Some people don't mind typing it. Some people like the participation aspect of this course. And this is a decisions class. I love this class. This class is one of my favorite, only because it teaches how to make decisions. And we do that every day, don't we? So here's the situation. I do need for you to let me know what's going on out there. Type, give me some responses. Today, you're not going to be graded on your discussion on decisions on the GroupMe. You're not. But I would like for you guys to get involved. Okay. So I see that Melanie and Tamara are very, very active. I thank you very much. I'm using Kelly's book, version of the book, and I will use it for objectives 1 through 4. And I'll have to go back and probably download. Oh no, 1 through 8. Thank you. Oh, 1 through 5. She's got 1 through 5. Thank you, Kelly, for downloading the textbook and putting it up. It was absolutely helpful. I sometimes just use the ebook version that they gave me as a faculty, but this is definitely helpful. Okay. Any questions you guys want to ask before I begin? Anything else out there? Maybe I should have made it a bonus point for you guys to talk to me back. 12 viewers. So you guys are out there. Okay. Overall, I'll say a little bit about myself. I'm Professor Puente, and I happen to be an adjunct professor at Lone Star College, Kingwood. Okay, which is the college that's actually offering this course to you. Okay, I've had a few discussions with you guys on how this course is done and produced. I happen to be a person that is very hands-on. If you look at my reviews, which I really care a lot about, it kind of stipulates how I do my courses. Very highly interactive. And that's important to me. That's absolutely important to me. Okay. Part of this whole course is to learn how to make decisions, but not just decisions from any perspective, but from the way it's supposed to be done, as in business sense, business acumen. Okay. This is really important to you because as you make these decisions, you make a precedent on how you made them. Okay. It's supposed to be a science class. It's not supposed to be some kind of art. Well, it kind of comes from the gut. Let me tell you, I made a couple of paintings. I made a couple of paintings in my life, and none of them I can tell you how I made it. But in decisions, I can kind of get back to you and tell you how I came up with my conclusion. Okay. So this is really important. Now, I'm going to ask a few of you some questions. Jake, are you here? If you are, please tell me something. Melanie, Tamara, and Kelly, say hi. Give me some interaction here because that will definitely help the class. And I will definitely ask a few of you guys questions. If you put in some answers, you will be definitely rewarded, okay? But I'll definitely begin with objective 1. Now, overall, the class, I want to talk to you about the course. Let me tell you, there are courses that require for you to be 100% attached to the computer or 100% attached to your phone at all times. This is not one of them. Okay. I want you to learn something. But at the same time, I don't want this one course to take over your life. I don't think that's fair. When I went to business school, I'm in PhD school, there's some professors that want to take over your life. I'm not one of them. I want to let you know that I want to be flexible. At the same time, I want you to pick up the material. I want to be the professor known for being so good at being taught and being flexible. So this is my innovation to you, okay? It's really called the Monday Quiz Review. The Monday Quiz Review is real simple. You're going to give about 3 hours to this course on Monday, okay? That means about an hour before, an hour in between for me to give you the lecture, and an hour at the end for you to do the quiz. Done. Absolutely done. This is all we're trying to do. There's going to be some weeks we're not going to do this. You're going to see some videos. It's going to be some weeks you're going to do some, projects. You're going to do some exams. And that's it. That's my innovation to you. Why? Because I don't believe you have to be by a computer typing away papers and then not learning anything. I want to give you the new way of learning, okay? This also does mean that I would like for you guys to be interactive. There's a good opportunity for you to let me know what you think about these courses, what you're learning. This is really important. I don't want you just to get taught something and be lectured and nothing happens, okay? So thank you, Octavia. Good to see that you can use it on the phone. I have never used it on the phone before. Let's click on the video above, please. Yes. Thank you, Tamara. Okay, Kelly, I'm here. So everybody's there. Perfect. Respond to the video. I'm watching computer as well. Okay, thank you, Pamela. You guys are here. Great. This is GroupMe. For those of you who are watching this video on D2L, because this video gets recorded on D2L, it's important for you to know that this is the easiest path of communication. And I think some of you have already joined. I have realized that. It's really easy to kind of keep up with. Try to limit the discussion to classroom conversation only, please. Even though, by the way, I love the pictures of the family. I do love the pictures of the families here. Wonderful Tamara. Wonderful Tyrone. Wonderful, wonderful Octavia. Thank you for the pictures of the families. It's beautiful. You guys share your families, but attempt to keep the conversation, decisions making wise. Now, that doesn't mean we're not going to keep it low. We're going to discuss things, especially this is the course that really dabs into a lot of politics, a lot of business, a lot of even entertainment. Okay, good. Let's discuss. Let's just keep it relevant. That's all the thing I ask. And let's trade some baby pictures every now and then because I do have some babies too myself. Okay, but I'll tell you this. Okay, I appreciate this course for one thing because it does teach me how to make decisions, which happen every day. In my case, I made a decision to ask you to go look for a Dropbox and put in your contact information. Okay. And I'll tell you, that was the introduction module. Some of you guys did not find the intro Dropbox. So I saw a lot of you did multiple things. Okay. This is perfect example for me to show you how to make decisions. One, some of you actually emailed your questions, okay, which is absolutely fine. That's actually what I would have done, okay. Some of you actually contacted me and tried to ask how it would work. It confused you. And some of you went a little crazy and tried to make sure you contact my chair or whatever happened because it was an assignment that was not missing, okay. That's absolutely fine. All three responses are not bad. It just depends on how you reacted to it. Honestly, this is what I told one of your students, one of your classmates. Decisions are easy to make when instructions are clear. When instructions are not clear, how do you make decisions? When you don't have instructions whatsoever, how do you make decisions? This says a lot about you, but I'm not here to show you what your gut intuition is. Because gut intuition is not part of this course. Decision making as a science, as a business science. This is what it is. So with that sense, any questions about the course? Let me tell you, Mondays are a big time for the course. I will definitely come in. You'll have a good time. If you can't make it, you'll see us on D2L as a video, and you'll have to do discussion grade. We'll see you at the final. There are midterm final reviews, and there's definitely a project coming up. Questions, let me know, please. Let's begin with the discussion at hand. Objective 1. And you see here, let me go through a few things that I do see that really do help, okay? First of all, identify yourself as a problem solver. This is really important, guys. If you believe you're a problem solver, then you're halfway there, okay? This is important. If you don't realize you solve problems, then the attitude would be very incredibly difficult. Recognize problems. You need to realize what is a problem. In an organization, a problem is an obstacle. Does anybody out there know a problem is an obstacle? Please let me know in the course, because a lot of people see the word problem as a very negative connotation. It's more something you could solve. It sounds very positive. Intuition is your knowledge of something without having to discover it or learn it. It is typically your first reaction to a problem or question. This says a lot about you. Your personality type. I just said the word problem. Do you see the challenge in it, or do you see some negative connotation to it? That doesn't mean either or wrong or right any other way. It just means this is part of you. We try to minimize intuition in this business decision course because we try to get decision down to a science. Okay, so in this sense, you have to be what's not intuitive, but systematic. When you're systematic, you solve a problem in a methodical or organized manner. It usually means you bring the same aspect over and over and over and over and create same results, right? Make decisions. Decisions are choices you make when you're faced with set groups of alternatives. So some of you decided, I don't see the Dropbox. I'm really freaked out. I don't know what's going to happen. I need to make a big deal of it, which is absolutely fine. It costed me as a professor a little bit because I didn't think some of you contacted the office. It's okay. I explained what I was doing to the office, to the chair's office, and it looked like I was trying to make a good point. And yes, I was. Some of you were worried about your grade. Trust me, nothing will happen to your grade, especially if the instructions were not clear. That's not something you have to understand. Most of you, I want to say 85% of you, just email the question, which is probably around the right response. Try to think how you made that decision. You know how you made that decision. I'm not going to call any of you guys out. You know how you made that decision. When you made that decision, what were you thinking? Of course, the professor is not going to go out there and give me a bad grade, especially if the instructions were not clear. That will be unreasonable. That's you trying to use your system of reason for it. How else did you make the decision? See, it was really difficult for me to make a point without me doing this. So I loved it. I love that you guys kind of got caught up in it and understood it. Okay. So objective 2, look for deficiencies. Really important. Look for some situation. You have to analyze the whole problem. Okay. Observe as much as you can. Interview and gather data. Not who. What's the issue? Not who messed this up. That's really important, especially out there when you're in the workforce and you want to blame someone, because as much feels better to blame somebody. However, it doesn't fix the problem. The who only solves it if that person may have a solution for it, but maybe they don't. And have a reality check. When you identify a suspected problem, ask yourself if it makes sense or not. Problem owners, stakeholders, objective 3. Solicit input from the problem owners. This is really important because somebody comes to you with some kind of situation, you want to help them, and they tell you, hey, this is my situation. You need to kind of assess the problemality. The book goes along with as if you were a consultant. If you're a person that knows decision-making well. Decision-making is a field. It's a field of business management, okay? Eventually, you see this. These are not things you kind of come up in the air. This is academic knowledge that's been tested over and over again. So it does help you. Recognize opinions and assumptions. We talk about assumptions all the time, talk about opinions all the time. Let me tell you, none of those are that bad. Just depends how you use them. Opinions are very much used. In fact, in the scientific community, it's full of opinions. It's just they're tested opinions. Communicate your progress clearly. Do your homework carefully. Get to the nitty-gritty of it. Provide choices and promote your solutions. I'm gonna go to objective 4 before I get back to the class and ask some questions. Developing effective problem statements. Describe the ideal situation. In the world, there's the ideal, and then there's the practical. I need you to remember this. The ideal. You know what? It will be ideal for us to go to the gym 4 times a week. The practical means, hey, I'm probably going to see the gym about 2 or 3 times a week. Maybe I should assume that that's the best way to do it, handle it, right? The ideal is if resistance was low, if traffic was low. So you have to realize ideals rarely met. Sometimes it's meant because it's much easier, but just depends on the situation. Briefly summarize the problem. Try to see the problem in a very, like, have you ever taken your problems, guys, and just kind of told some of your family members, hey, let me tell you the problem overall. And just for your own sake, because that actually does help. You start to realize when you summarize your problem that you hit the key problems. Identify symptoms of the problem. Remember, a symptom is not the problem itself, okay? The fact that you can't sleep is just a symptom. Maybe you drinking coffee before you sleep. Maybe the root problem. Describe the size and the scope of the problem. This problem is big. My car doesn't start. I can't get to work. It's not that big of a deal. I don't need my bike this whole week. I don't need to work out anyways. Maybe I'll just push it off a little later. Identify the consequences. Hey, you don't get on that bike and you don't work out, you may gain weight. So you need to be careful about the timing of your problem. Explain any other research investigation that you may pursue. Okay, maybe an alternative to using your bike is you're running, right? So overall, let me see what Octavia says. Okay, I see why I did things the way you did. Great job. Okay, thank you, Octavia. I appreciate it. The sentence was a little difficult, but I did get it. I'd like for you guys to kind of add some discussion to this, if you don't mind. What did you guys think about the objectives 1 through 4 that I just stated about? Your textbook is one of my favorite textbooks because it goes very quickly through one objective. It's not that big. In fact, you can kind of read through the objective very quickly. Your quiz is going to be through 1 through 4, and I'm going to go through some of these questions. I'm leaving the quiz review questions to the end because I want you guys to stay around. So this is what I'm doing. Jake is typing something, so I'm going to check with him later. Please type something, guys. Next week, it'll be more discussion grade is based on your actual discussion during these moments, okay? So then let's go. Determining causes. Differentiate between symptoms and causes. A symptom is evidence of a change, such as a decrease in revenue. A cause is the reason for the origin root of the change. Root in causes and symptoms. Cause and symptom. Really important. Sometimes there are issues where you feel like that's the cause, but it's a symptom. Sometimes the symptom is actually a cause. This root cause analysis is something you need to understand. Because if you get to that root cause, you can actually help it. Otherwise, you're always dealing with symptoms. Look for more than one cause. There are multiple causes. I know some of you guys saw that video I sent to you this past weekend. It's really important for you to think that the world is not black and white. Why? Because the world's full of gray. This is the thing that kind of throws people off. The world's full of gray. And yes, 1 + 1 is not necessarily 2. This is really hard for me to tell you as a professor, because some of you will say, well, scientifically, that's not correct. Actually, it is. 1 + 1 is not necessarily 2. It doesn't come that clean. 1.12 plus 1.35, it's not necessarily 2, but 2 and some change. You have to realize that's really the real world. So causes and roots are really important. First thing I'll tell you as a professor to you, black and white answer. It's not that simple. It's probably not going to be that simple. When you get to the intricacies and the complications of things, you start to see the bigger picture. Consider the cost. Although you want to fix the problem, is it worth fixing? That's really important because some people want to make the ideal happen, but the ideal might cost too much. Ideal usually does not go hand in hand with cost. It's so funny. Use the 5 whys technique. You know you could get to a root of a problem with 5 whys? Hey, the baby's crying. Why? Well, It's a baby. But then the baby, he's crying because maybe hungry. But then he's hungry because he's not really drinking milk. Because he's not drinking milk, it's kind of because it's whole milk. And the whole milk is not necessarily refrigerated. Look how 5 whys I went to it. So you can kind of get to the end of the problem. Cause and effect diagram. You definitely need to see what a cause and effect diagram looks like. It looks just like this. Putting things together can get you to a root cause, okay? I enjoy how it was not a lot of deep reading. It left a lot of open room for us to think on. It's Jake, that's very true. I like being able to think for myself and learn how to think rather than what to think. Thank you, Jake. That sounds just like the video. Truly appreciate it. I like the book as well. While I'm reading, I can relate to my work. I'm a project manager, so I have to solve problems every day at different levels. Good job, Melanie. Thank you. That's just, you're telling me all about how you were a project manager, and project managers deal a lot with decision making. It's going to be definitely a good course for you. And for all you guys out there who want to one day get to a management level, I'm here to give you a recommendation letter. This is important because that's kind of your backing towards in the future. Imagine a decision-making professor giving you a recommendation letter. Important. When it comes to problem solving, sometimes it's best for me to write out the problem and then I'm able to decide it. It's very true, Octavia. Some people actually put it on the board, put it on a piece of paper, but they want to see the whole picture. And I think you do a good job with that. I like the book as well, straightforward and easy to follow. Good. The book before this one was very filled with text. I'm happy that it's easier on you guys. Okay. All right, so then objective 5, that's pretty much it. I only really went through objectives 1 through 5. There's 6 through 8 I could go through, but I want to go through some of it on the next quiz because your quiz is 1 through 4. So that's really what I wanted to go through. I wanted to give you a preview of 1 through 5. I know that Kelly kind of just shared 1 through 5 anyways, and I was thinking, well, I'll go through the rest next time. This is your quiz, guys, okay? So I'm going to let you see a few of these. When you solve a problem in a methodical and organized manner, you are systematic. That's really important for you to know. When you're systematic, you're not intuitive. You're not both A or B, okay? So for this quiz, there's going to be 8 questions. So I'm giving you 4 questions right now. So you have an idea what it is, okay? Is your knowledge of something without having to discover to learn it? And it's typically your first reaction to a problem. That is intuition. Remember, gut intuition is what you definitely come up quickly. It is your nature, and this is not the course. This is probably another course called gut intuition. This is not it. And this is what we try to fight, your gut intuition. Okay, so let me see another question. A problem is clear and concise description of the problem and effect from the solution. That is called a problem statement. Problem statement, not a sentence, a document, or a policy. I'm going to give you the last question where it's actually giving you the answer, and then the rest I'm going to give on the group chat because I actually have this copy and paste for you guys. Complex problems are those that either have no clear boundaries, are unique, or have no single optimal solution. And guess what? It's all of the above. All of the above. Okay. So I want you guys to see this so you can take the quiz. We discussed this. After this, I'm actually going to be sending you some other questions, the other 4 questions, but I'm not giving you an answer. I actually think I want you guys to discuss the answer among the classroom. But this is what I wanted to show you guys. I wanted to show you that I'm the professor that wants you to learn something. I think I had a discussion with one of your students about it. You have to realize 2 types of students that kind of give me a little bit of trouble are the people trying to pass somehow, don't do any work, and the A students. I know the pain of the professors give you. I know the pain of being a student. I am still a student. I'm still getting my PhD. I am about 2 years away from it, finally, after a 13-year road. And let me tell you, there's 2 types of professors, guys. There's 2 of them. First one is the one that says, hey, my road was very difficult, incredibly difficult. So my road for you is going to be even more difficult. Why? Because mine was difficult. I'm going to filter you and give the industry the best that there is. And I'm going to give you guys the trouble so some of you don't make it. You see it all the time. I'm not that professor. I'm the professor that wants to teach you something, that wants you to take something, take it with you so you could use it in the future outside of business knowledge alone. Okay? So I can't do that usually through writing. I do this through creative means. This whole system that I've been made is created for me. Okay? It was not given to me. Most professors, most online professors just give you an essay, go write it, and come back. That's not how you're going to learn business. Business is hands-on. And I've only had about a handful, maybe 2 professors that do anything outside of that. And I want to be one of those for you. Okay? If you have any questions, this is the setup. I post this video on D2L for those who weren't able to come in. However, I give more answers. I give more answers, questions and answers afterwards, because those who came today and paid attention and discussed should get a reward of knowing the whole system. Okay? So I hope I grabbed your attention. If you have any questions, let me know. It's going to be a great semester. And I would also teach you some good decision making. So one of you guys, a lot of you guys become great, incredible managers, directors, CEOs. All right? Let me know if you have any questions. I think I've covered pretty much what I needed to. That's about it. Thank you so much. Have a good night.